Hi, I'm Colin Ong, and I would like to actually talk about comprehension, especially English comprehension. Many people are very worried about attempting English comprehension. I personally feel that for you to approach English comprehension, you must always start with the Batman model. I'm not joking, I created a model called Batman, and this is actually meant for reading the passage. All right, so what's the Batman model? This is normally good model to use when you're reading. All right, there are other models that I will bring up later, but let's talk about reading a comprehension passage. How do you approach it? So let's start with B. B stands for bias. What is the bias of the author? All right, when you read a comprehension passage, the bias could be the author perhaps wants you to know that he or she is uh, very well versed in the topic, or the bias could be that the author read about this incident or did not actually personally go to this area, right? So the bias is how does the author approach this narrative, this story, right? And after bias comes authority. Authority is interesting. Authority means when the author writes the story, the comprehension passage, is the author writing it as a research paper, or is it through his or her imagination, or does he or her actually teach this topic? The topic could be about poverty. Maybe he did some research about poverty in the Singapore context. The next is theme. 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 What's the theme of the passage? Is the passage an adventure? Is the passage reflection? Argumentative passage? Is it a descriptive passage? What is the theme? And of course, Batman, BAT, we reach M. M stands for main characters, right? I would rather use characters in plural. It's very seldom that you actually have a comprehension passage with only one character. Very seldom. Most of the time, you have a few characters. So, who are the main characters, right? Normally, there is perhaps a hero, a villain, maybe a supporting group. So, it's good that you use a pen to underline certain portions of the comprehension to help you to identify that. And now we have two more alphabets, which is A and N. So application. Application means that when you read the passage, there's a possibility that you may not know every single word of that passage. Well, do not be alarmed, do not be worried. All right. Sometimes you can take the passage and apply it to your previous knowledge or your previous experience with that topic, and then you can infer what that passage is about. And last but not least is neutral. After reading the passage, how do you feel? Do you feel a sense of neutrality? Are you neutral to it? Neutral is a nicer way of saying indifferent. Neutral means I don't feel anything. Sometimes when you don't feel anything after you read an English comprehension passage, that could mean that you do not fully understand the passage and you should read it again. So one more time, Batman. B, bias. A, authority. T, theme. All right, and this theme is spelled as Theme. M stands for main characters. A, application. And finally, N, neutral. right? I hope this will give you some idea about how you approach reading comprehension passage. If you need more help, you can email me colinongts@hotmail.com. All right. So with that in mind, have a good day.